So there's this thing out there that got me thinking, right? You know how when you're on an aircraft and then just before the flight takes off, the flight attendant is briefing everybody on, the do's and don'ts, right?
Yeah.
And then it gets to the point where they say, in the event of an emergency and the cabin has lost pressure, please put on your oxygen mask before helping others. So I never really used to pay attention to all those things.
Wow.
Well, on this particular day, I was with my newborn because we were traveling, and then for some reason I was paying attention. And when they got to that part, so it was counterintuitive to me because I'm with my newborn, and you said when cabin has lost pressure, I should wear mine first before I wear my child, right? So I was thinking, I should save my child now before, like, why would I not wear his own? So, but it doesn't make sense because you have to have breath and air enough to save someone else, right? And that is life. We find ourselves in different situations where we're either parents, leaders, mothers, business people. We are just friends, showing up in one way or other for different things, right? And then we forget ourselves at the point where we now lose air and we are gasping for breath, and we take a pause, and then we go to, start prioritizing self-care or choosing ourselves. We are labeled selfish, right? And forgetting that you have to be breathing, full of life, to be able to show up to the people you care about in the best way that you can. So that has got me, I was thinking really deep about that because I think these are the issues, right?
Yeah. Everybody wants a piece of you.
Yes.
Your time, your values, your sacrifices, your help, your love, even your money.
My money.
But the truth, your money. Your money. But the truth is, you can't pour from an empty glass.
True.
If you keep pouring and not refilling, you eventually run dry. So,
the notion of choosing oneself is often equated with being selfish. In fact, in this part of the world, in Africa, especially the women folks, right? When you start prioritizing yourself, you are often labeled as being selfish, going out of the tradition, because they equate, for instance, motherhood to always choosing your kids first, your families first, your spouse first, always choosing them without even, thinking about yourself, like you said.
Yes.
You cannot pour from an empty glass. Society has made it that you're going out of the norm, you're going out of the tradition of because motherhood is equated to sacrifice, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of sacrifice, right? So if you look at it in that way, I think it's very flawed to say that when you choose yourself, they start to equate it as you being selfish or less family oriented.
Exactly, it is, because there are a lot of responsibilities out there. So choosing yourself can be the most important or the best decision you ever make in your life.
It's powerful. It's
so powerful, and I advise you choose yourself unapologetically, because if you don't choose yourself, how would you be able to function? How would you be able to do other things? Like, you have to have strength. You have to have the energy, the zeal for you to even be good at anything. You have to refill yourself for you to even be able to give out something in return.
Yeah, because, for instance, a woman who prioritizes her career or personal growth over early marriage is seen as less, she's going out of the tradition. Why would she be so ambitious to think about herself and her growth? I'm not saying that early marriage is wrong, but I'm saying that if a woman chooses her personal growth as against getting married, at an early age or whatever, it should be, she should be applauded for choosing herself, choosing her growth, because if you don't choose yourself in that situation, we will continue living in an endless circle of silent suffering, because you keep on giving and giving and giving. It keeps on sapping you until you are left with nothing to even nourish your own self or your ambition and stuff like that.
That's where wholeness comes in, because most people don't know what wholeness is.
Yeah.
This is where also when conversations like self-identity and self-awareness comes in, most of us don't know who we are aside of the titles that surround us, the titles that we have, like the titles of Mrs., of being a mother, of being a father, of being this particular thing in the workplace, of being like, we don't know. We always attach self-awareness or self-identity, especially to titles.
So titles, yes.
If you look at it, you are attaching, if they ask you, okay, who are you? Or what would you say about self-identity? You'll say, oh, I'm Mrs. this one. You're attaching it to your husband.
Yeah.
I'm mommy this person. You're attaching it to your child. I'm the HR or whatever, the executive director of this. You're attaching it to your work.
Yeah.
So now we should ask ourselves, who are we? What is our identity as a person, as an individual? Like, what is your identity?
Yes. And in that self-awareness, when you get to that moment of self-awareness, you can be able to know what you want and choose them assertively, like unapologetically. This is what I want for myself. This is, I would choose myself in this situation. Because if you look at the religious aspect, religious preaches for us to be, selfless, humble. Religious preaches and service to society and a lot. That can be good values. But sometimes it's often used to weaponize people who want to, prioritize their self-care. That doesn't mean that they're selfish or that they are not also humble or practicing the act of service in the society. Because you cannot give what you don't have. You have to be able to fill in yourself, to be able to show up best and be a better person in the society. Regarding showing up for yourself, choosing yourself, it can be oftentimes mistook for example, in a relationship, it can be mistaken for abandonment of your partner, right? Either your friend, your sibling, or your marital partner, because you are choosing yourself. The other person may think that you're abandoning the person, but there can be a healthy way
because choosing your yourself does not equate abandoning others.
Yes, I agree with that, because you can create balance to that. You can create balance to communicating your needs. Like you said, you have to be self-aware. You have to have that identity.
Do you know people, like, they don't know the fine line? There's like a very, very visible fine line between self-prioritization and maybe abandoning others or being self-absorbed, because a lot of people see it as self-absorbed. So there's a very, very fine line between self-prioritization and self-absorption.
Yeah.
Because with self-prioritization, you put others in mind too.
Okay.
You carry others along too.
Yes.
You're just trying to recharge and be the best you can be.
For them.
Yes,
because at the end of the day, it's for them.
Exactly. Because if you recharge, you can be the best version of yourself, and you can even help them better, listen to them better, stay with them better, like do everything better. And I was speaking with Chioma, I was speaking with her one time, and we were talking about pleasing, like when you please others.
Okay.
Then she said that she doesn't really believe in pleasing others. What's that phrase that they always say? That's people pleaser, yes.
Yes, people pleaser.
People pleaser. Okay. She said she doesn't really believe in people pleaser because she said she feels it's a statement or a phrase coined by selfish people. Like they hide under that umbrella.
Yes.
To just say, I don't want to be a people pleaser. Meanwhile, they're just being selfish, and they know they're being straight selfish.
Oh.
So how do you see it, or how do you draw the line between the two?
I think that's another topic or another perspective on this one.
Yeah.
But for me, you have to create healthy boundaries. You have to create boundaries, being able to say no without guilt, unapologetically. Because I know that there are people who want to max that and say, I'm not a people pleaser, I choose myself. But in a real sense, they are selfish. There are people like that. But what we are saying is try to have, even if you're not a people pleaser or you're a people pleaser, try to have that balance, healthy boundaries, healthy balance in a way that you can show up for yourself too. Because when people, or you keep on giving, sapping. At the point where there's nothing left of you, you run dry. Those are the things that brings about resentment. People are always resenting others. Yeah, because you've been giving, and you're not thinking of yourself. You start resenting. Whether in friendship, relationship, you start resenting, you start withdrawing because you're giving a lot. So I think for me, it would be try to create a healthy boundary, healthy balance. Try to strike a balance. You are showing up for people, but also show up for yourself. Because then at the end of the day, showing up for yourself would mean showing up better for other people.
Yes. And not having that boundary of creating that balance. That's why you hear cases of suicide. Those cases of suicide, what if you look at the reasons behind it, is because of the fact that they didn't create that balance. They didn't have that boundary. And they're depressed.
You know, people think boundary is shutting the door.
Yeah.
Boundary is not shutting the door permanently. Is knowing who you let in. Knowing who you let into your space. Who you let affect you. Because whether you like it or not, the people around you affect you.
Of course.
Whether you like it or not, the content you consume. Online or offline, they affect you. So if you're able to create that boundary, having like a gatekeeper for yourself, right? Not just shutting the door. Because people think boundary is withdrawing yourself off. No. Boundary could mean pause. Take a pause and rethink. It could mean, I want to just rejuvenate. And it could also mean, who are you?
What like calling it out immediately.
What do you offer me? No, shut out. No, come in. You know, just like a gatekeeping process for your own
Defining
self.
The whole
Defining everything. Line. This person, no, I don't want you in my space. This person, you can come in, please, with all, you know.
So, or what do you bring? What do you want from this? Like defining, putting a tag to it immediately without feeling, oh, okay, let's just go on and know what's going to happen.
Yeah. I think if we don't have healthy boundaries, if we're not able to say no without feeling guilt, because that's the trap most of us find ourselves in. We cannot say no without feeling guilty. Because society has made it look like if you say, especially if you're a mother, you know, if you say no, it means, or if you decide to choose yourself, it means that you are either less family oriented or you are neglecting your responsibilities as a mother.
It's true,
but it's not true.
Culturally, a woman, especially in Africa here, so a woman is supposed to do certain things.
Yeah.
They've put that in a box.
Yeah, but choosing yourself doesn't stop you from doing those things. If you can find a balance in that, showing up for, because wonder why have you heard that saying that says anything that is good for the mother is good for the children? Imagine, say, let me use myself as a practical example.
Okay.
When I go for a spa date and, you know, I do all the things, the activities you do in a spa, you know, and then I come back, I feel brand new. I feel rejuvenated. So let me tell you, there was this time I went for, you know, the spa days. I did everything. I came back. I felt like a new creation, right? And then when I got into the house, I started noticing little things in my home that I should have fixed. I should have done this. And I started noticing, oh, my children need a new hair, a new haircut. So you see that wholeness I was feeling after doing all the activities in the spa and coming back home. I'm trying to now pour out, you know, be mindful of my kids and what they need. I wasn't at that point.
Make you see clearly.
Yes, see clearly. That's the word. At that point, I was seeing clearly. I said, oh, this thing has been here. Why is there cupboards? Do you think we should change it? So it makes you show up better for your kids.
And it makes you happier. Because you come into the house, you're happy.
Children.
Yes, happy wife, happy home, right?
Yeah.
So you come into the house and your kids are coming to greet you. You're happy because you're happy. You're in that mood. You're accepting them. You're chatting with them. You're talking with them. Everyone is happy.
So let's even talk about when a woman or a mother is chasing her ambition and she's labeled as less feminine or less family oriented. Let's talk about that, because I feel like, you know, if you are chasing your ambition,
Yeah.
like you said,
Yes.
it should be for your own self. And that doesn't make you less feminine. That doesn't make you less of a family woman or less family oriented.
Yes.
You can balance that. You can chase what you want to do what you want to
Of
do,
course.
be who you want to be, while also being a mother.
Of course. This is where this part is really controversial, to be honest. Because a lot of people, when they see career women, people doing it very well, chasing their dreams, even entrepreneurs, female entrepreneurs, people doing big things, and they say, oh, let me see your family. Is this one married? Why that question? Because I think there's this stereotype that comes with it. Most people don't believe that successful, especially in this part of the world, that successful women or successful people don't have their family rights.
Yes,
they don't believe that. I don't know why that ideology is common in this part.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They think you are less family oriented because you are successful, or because you are showing up, or you are being a badass in your business. You're being a boss babe, or being a leader, or being a very good entrepreneur, or just being good at what you do outside the phase of marriage, right? Or paying attention to your kids, or showing up as a mother. You cannot also show up as a boss babe, or do that, or
I don't know. There is something called balance. How you can balance the work life, the family life also, and everything is great.
Yeah, if you create that balance, right? If you create that balance and know when to pause, know when to choose yourself, especially for instance, in relationship, especially marital relationship, we find ourselves, in a point where I would say, we start thinking, if I choose this for myself, would my spouse think I'm abandoning them? Or would my spouse think that, I'm not showing up for them too, if I choose to go this way with the things of my ambition? But that's wrong. I would think a better way to go about that, about trying to balance your marriage or whatever you're with the other things you want to pursue, would be to have, number one, of course, as we've been saying, healthy boundaries. Number two, like you said, you have to be aware of the things you want to pursue for yourself. And then you communicate it to your spouse. Right? Communicate it to your spouse assertively.
Is very important.
Yes, that, okay, this is what I want to do for myself. I want to pursue it. I need, whatever support you can give me, right? And then the third one would be to have empathy. Because empathy helps you recognize what your spouse did so as to reciprocate, so that you don't get to a point where the person is feeling like you are abandoning them. If you have that empathy, you will now understand what they need, how to reciprocate to them, and then without them feeling abandoned.
But do you know that there's something that happens, and it happens often. Like I see it a lot. So in a lot of, let's say, family fronts now, the families, the spouses, especially the men, some of them are not supportive. They're not supportive in terms of, I don't know, for whatever reason, when the women are doing something or chasing a career, there are issues.
Yeah,
there are
oftentimes,
issues.
especially in this part of the world, yes. Oftentimes that's...
So why is that so common? Why do you think that is so common?
That would stem from the
relationship they have.
Yes, but even
or the mindset.
For me, it's a fundamental error in society.
Yes.
Because maybe they feel that you are not supposed to pursue that ambition. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Maybe they feel you're not supposed to pursue, because you remember when we were growing up, I think, thank God now the norms have changed.
Yes.
Growing up, it used to be, like when we studied social studies, the role of a father, mother. You see that the mother is,
even so that children sing.
And then when they show the mother, they show her backing a child with something on her head, she's sweeping. Like,
some of these are normal because like we're the first caregiver to the kids.
Yes. So maybe that's why I said I think it's a fundamental wrong in society, that maybe your spouse or the in that particular situation, the person does not think that you should be pursuing that ambition. Maybe your role should end in that square or that circle. So when you now go further, to pursue their ambition. It becomes they become uncomfortable with that.
So this is something we need to relearn.
Yeah. That's why I said it's a wrong. It's a fundamental wrong. So now as we are raising our babies, raising our kids, of course, we as role model, we will now show them that it's possible for you to show up on the whole front, and also possible for you to show up for yourself, choose yourself in the different careers and ambitions you want to pursue.
Yes. And doing well in all that will give you some sort of self-worth.
Okay.
Which you're modeling to the children.
Yes.
You're modeling the self-worth, you're modeling courage, and you're seeing the whole thing as everything is going on. So, and the family is the smallest unit in the community, in the society. So if you want to change our society, that's where we will start.
Yeah.
That's what we'll start doing. That's what we'll start learning, unlearning, teaching, and showing also how to do it and how to do it right.
Enigma woman.
So how do you feel after the massage?
Brand new.
I know, right? So,
I want to doze off.
this morning I woke up with a stiff neck. So this massage was much needed, I'll tell you. So, Babe, I want to tell you something. I want to ask you, because I've been thinking, that pressure that comes with family, that pressure that's, especially with the firstborns, because as a firstborn, especially in this part of the world, in fact, in my culture, if you are the firstborn, you are like the second parents. That pressure constantly, you have to show up for your sibling. You are the second mom or second dad, depending, right? So how do you draw the line and say, no, I have to choose myself at this point. I have to show up for myself.
Drawing the line has to start from the very beginning. And also from the parents. Okay. Because most times when you see things like that, check the parents, check the childhood of those children or those people. Those people that they are now adults.
Okay.
So if you check their childhood, you notice that it was there. Like you said, it was fundamentally wrong.
Okay.
It's fundamentally wrong start. Okay. Or should I put it like that?
Yeah. So you have to put that pressure, right?
Yes. I saw a video, I think it was on social media, of a lady telling the siblings that they must leave her house that night. And they were like, we're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. They said, this is my house. We must leave my house. There were security people there trying to calm them down. Then I was asking myself, why is this happening? How did this start? If you look at it, it started from the very beginning, maybe when they were still little. When parents dump their children for the older ones, maybe because they don't have the balance. So they have to use the children to make up for that, to do the balance.
And it's quite unfair for the first children, right? Anyone who is in that position of being a first child, having to constantly be the ones to, coordinate your siblings, show up for them when maybe your parents are at work, and they start from such a little age, that pressure, so, and when they grow up, they now constantly feel the need to always show up, to always be there, prioritize their family's need, their siblings' need, even when the siblings are married adults, they keep on shielding that responsibility till forever. And it's quite unfair to them. So,
and even for instance, Igbo land, they will tell you, the first son is responsible for this one. The first one has to do this one. The first one has to do that one.
Yeah.
They have it in the back of their mind. They've programmed the whole thing and they just keep living with it.
Yeah.
So they have this, in their inner thoughts, in their subconscious mind, they just know, I'm responsible for this.
That way, yeah.
I'm responsible for that. It puts pressure on them. As human beings, it puts pressure on them. They're saying, I want to make this person proud. I want to make my family proud. I want to take care of my siblings, my younger ones. They have school to go to. So they start,
it drains them emotionally, financially,
and everything they have to give. Checks on them.
Yeah. Everything they have to give.
Yeah, because
it drains them.
And the sad part, when they don't give or when they're not able to do certain things or get to that expectation that everyone is obviously looking up for them for, people will just condemn them. They won't even look at what they've been doing.
Yeah, all this while.
Yes.
this is us talking to the firstborns out there. It's not bad to choose yourself. You have to take a pause, draw the line within, showing up for your family and also showing up for yourself. I know you shield that responsibility of trying to put everyone in order, get a check on everyone, but who's checking up on you? You have to take a pause and, check up on yourself, choose you and don't feel guilty doing that.
Choose you unapologetically.
Yes, 100%. So let's even talk about career.
Yes.
The idea of choosing your career path and the notion that you have to kind of choose yourself while choosing the career path. Choose yourself because this is what you want to do. Not because society puts pressure on you to choose this path or your family, but because this is what is aligning to the things or the plans you have for yourself or the fulfillment you want to, feel while doing something. Because aside from that, even the point of hustle. Sometimes the society glorifies a lot of hustle.
You must hustle.
Yeah, but I'm here to say this. Why chasing success and you lose yourself in the process? You're not winning. You definitely are not winning.
When you're losing yourself, there's nothing like win. Lose and win they're opposite, of course, but they cannot be in the sentence of, I'm doing this and I'm losing, and you say, call it winning or anything.
I totally agree. You cannot be chasing something and lose yourself in that process, because people often equate success with money, luxury, cars, properties, whatever. Forgetting that success can also mean peace. It can also mean happiness, fulfillment,
joy.
Joy in what you are doing. So because we don't glorify, hustle and just die in the hustle or whatever, right? And then for employees, for people running business, for, people in the 9 to 5, when it's time for you to take your leave, take it without feeling guilty. Take that leave. I promise you, if anything happens to you, your organization will replace it.
They'll move on.
They'll move on with the next best person. But you cannot replace your body
immediately
or your life. So choose yourself. Take that, leave.
Yes.
Without thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because even the Bible says in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 13, that each may eat and drink and be satisfied in their hard work. This is the gift of God. So I'm thinking, even if the Bible says that we should eat and drink and be happy and be satisfied in our hard work, because that's the essence. That is a gift from God. So we should choose ourselves in the essence of trying to, take that pause, take that break.
Because the process of eating and drinking is a time off for you to unwind, for you to just relax. Because self-care is an act of service.
Yeah, it's an act of self-love. That's the greatest thing you can ever do to yourself, the greatest decision you can make for yourself. Because if you choose yourself, you choose self-care, you are practically choosing survival.
Yes.
You're choosing to stay alive.
Of course.
Right? So, of course, that brings
these entrepreneurs that will say, my work needs me 24/7.
Yeah.
It's hard on them. We know it's hard.
It's hard.
We know it's not easy.
It's hard.
But you have to take a break. Have to take a moment to relax.
If your business can afford it at that time, because it's a two-way thing. The part of being an entrepreneur, the story we don't tell more is that part of building the business.
Yes.
Because what's society does sometimes, we're digressing now, but with entrepreneurship, society kind of glorifies when the business becomes a success, or not glorifies, rather, society amplifies or celebrates the business when it becomes a success, right? But at the point of building, where it's just like nurturing your child, the business needs you at that point, from that light, needs you to show up for it, at least to build it to a point. So I'm saying, if you have built your business to a point where you can afford to employ capable hands, please do so. Please employ them.
Yes.
Please delegate. Delegation is an act of self-love.
Of course it is.
Let me tell you an interesting story. Because I'm not so much of a perfectionist, but sometimes I just find myself wanting to do something
by yourself.
Yes. And it drains me. It gets me to the point that I'm overwhelmed. I'm burnt out. Like, I want to do it myself. But I started telling them, no, you have to delegate. And not just delegating, Trusting that
They'll carry it out effectively.
Exactly. The person you delegate this to would carry out that job. You have to trust. If not, the whole essence of delegating is so that you take your mind off something and do other things and dedicate your time to other things. But if you don't delegate, if you don't choose to delegate, make it a cautious step to delegate, you'll be overwhelmed, you'll be burnt out, So that brings us to the practical steps of, choosing oneself. What are the things you can do to make that cautious decision to choose yourself and do it without guilt?
We've set boundaries. I feel that's the most important thing you can do for yourself. Set boundaries with friends, with family, with siblings, even with parents. Some parents, they don't know. We as parents, we don't know. Sometimes we don't know our boundaries. We like to cross that boundary because we are too familiar with
the kids,
with the children.
Yeah.
We are too familiar with them as children. Oh, you feel you've lived with them for how many years of their lives? Now they're grown up. You don't have any boundaries.
How do you even communicate that boundaries with children when you're raising them?
Straight communication, straight to the point. That's how, personally, that's how I do it. Even with friends. When you're in a romantic relationship with somebody, spell it out. All this, this funny, interesting saying that they say, "What am I to you?" I feel is a very important question. Like, what are we doing?
So
what's the way forward?
Establish our clear boundaries.
Establish clear boundaries.
Yeah.
That's number one. Then another thing I think we should do is, like we were talking, celebrate our wins.
Yeah. I think it's important,
because when you celebrate your win, you feel this sort of gratification from what you have done, whether big or small. You feel the need to even do more.
Yeah.
You enjoy the fact that, oh, I did this. I'm happy about it. I want to put in more effort. I want to be better in this particular thing. The sense of fulfillment. Whether it's small, whether it's big, whether it's medium, whatever. And do not let society define what your win should be.
Yeah, because celebrating your win means different things to different people. Celebrating your win to a billionaire would mean different things to someone who is just a baby entrepreneur. So even for content creators, delving into content creators, you can understand that celebrating your win would be like in 10 engagements. A lot of people may be grossing thousands of numbers, but as a newbie, you have to celebrate that milestone. If you have you were maybe grossing 10 engagements for 10 likes and then you suddenly get up to 100. That's the win. In your own world, you should appreciate it. You should celebrate it.
We've seen in social media, sometimes when people come and celebrate their wins on social media, that's fine. If you want to, why not? So you see people post maybe a car, they bought a car. And you check the comments and you see things like, this one old car now, this one 1990 or whatever, 2000 or whatever model, whatever thing.
People do that, and that's nasty.
And when you read the comments, as the poster, maybe the person that posted will feel discouraged. I'm telling you, do not be discouraged. I mean, block out the noise, block out the whole talk, because if you dash them, they will take. When they take, they will happily take.
Of course.
But whether they happily take or not is none of your business anyway. Just celebrate yourself in the little ways you can. Buy yourself a drink. Yeah, buy yourself a drink. Treat yourself to whatever nice meal.
Because at the end of the day, you alone understand your journey.
Yes.
You know what you've been through to get to that point that you're celebrating. Another thing I would love to, another practical step, into choosing yourself for me would be investing in yourself, investing in the things you like, because that brings a form of identity and a form of awareness. You are aware of the things you want, and you have gone ahead to pursue those things. Chase that hobby you want. Do that thing you've always wanted to do. Because at the end of the day, if you are living a fulfilled life, right, you find out that you're able to show up better for the people around you, for your businesses, for the society at large. Because working from a place of fulfillment and working from a place of burnt and worn out, right? They are two different things.
Totally
the result
different
will be
things.
two different.
Yeah.
Right? Another step would be prioritizing your wellness, prioritizing me time, because if you practice that all the time, you find out that you are choosing yourself and you're choosing survival. You're choosing to live a quality life, a good quality life. Yeah.
For me, I love me time a lot.
You often say that.
I love it too much that it has become, I don't know, but it's part of me. That's what I love. When we talk about prioritizing oneself, I just love my me time. Take out time, go on solo dates.
Yeah.
Solo travels, if you can afford that.
I've never really done solo dates. I wonder what to be like.
That's like my regular, to be honest.
I have a cousin that used to say, her name is
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I have a cousin, right? She finds herself so interesting.
Yes,
so intriguing.
Because you get to know yourself.
Yeah, she doesn't even want to let. In fact, she would say she has different personalities. She has different, like she shows up with each personality and she has this discussion with herself.
Yeah.
So she loves herself so much. She thinks she's fun. She can have all the fun on her own.
Okay, I like your cousin.
I'm telling you, like she's one amazing personality. Yeah. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, okay. Because what brought about this conversation is that, you talked about solo dates. I have never really tried,
You should try it after this.
Because I was like, okay, what would I be doing with myself?
You should try it after this. Take pictures of yourself. Make videos. Just talk to your phone.
Right.
Eat. Order something you want. Try out new food on the menu.
Maybe I should try that. Honestly,
yeah, seriously.
That would be that would be stepping out of my comfort zone, and I would love to do that because I'm challenging myself from now henceforth. Like this year, I'm really challenging myself to, go after the things I want to go after. Yeah. So we've come to our game time.
Game time.
So if I have one, I'm setting trap for you.
Any trap? Wait, what's that? New TikTok challenge? Is it any trap you set for me? Who did this? Who did this bit for me? I will enter that trap. Don't worry.
So where's the towels? Production.
Okay.
Can you help us with the towels? Yeah.
Don't worry.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
This one is sweet.
I'm ever ready.
Okay. So kindly fold the towel, roll it into
like this.
No. Make and then
roll it.
Roll it. Yeah. So. Okay. So this is what you're going to do for me. So try balancing this rolled up towel at the back of your palm for 10 seconds.
Wait, let me use my right hand.
Is that your best hand?
Yes. This one goes stay.
Be dramatic about this. This is not hard.
It has opened, so I hope you don't mind.
Like that.
Like this?
Yeah. We're going to start counting now. 1. Yeah. You're making me anxious. 1.
Okay.
2.
Why am I vibrating?
4.
I can do this. I got this.
5. 6. 7. 8. 9.
This small thing.
You're really showing up for the top.
10 is it?
Oh my god, that was fun. Okay, this is your own part. Yeah.
Okay. So for the second one is with this and that game. I'm going to ask you, then you pick one. I'm going to say 2 things, you pick one.
Okay.
So the Camelot signature massage or the Swedish massage?
Please, we just had a Camelot signature massage. Of course, I would choose Camelot signature massage. Check. It really got me like. So Camelot signature massage.
Nice. 100. Hydrating body wrap or algae body wrap?
It's interesting. Anything that has to do with hydrating counts me in. So really hydrating body wrap. Just anything that has to do with hydrating. Just keep rejuvenating me. Just pour into me. Pour water.
Well, for me, I would take the algae body wrap because it's very good to
It's
like
for face.
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
For acne, right?
yes. And for oily me, I'm like oily skin.
Okay.
So the third one, would you go for the Talgo Pro Dish anti-aging facials?
Sorry, Talgo?
Yeah.
Talgo?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It can only be done in Camelot Spa.
Yeah.
Only in Camelot Spa.
Only in Camelot Spa. Talgo.
Or would you go for Sauce Marine facials?
Please, I like custom treatments. So the Talgo stuff here.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Because it can only be found in the Camelot Spa. So of course I would love, because for this massage I just had now, I would definitely come back again. Definitely.
So the next one, say one affirmation about yourself. Since you're talking about self-prioritization. So one affirmation
about myself.
Yes, about yourself.
Well, I tell myself a lot of times that I am many things. I can be many things, and I will do many things. That's what I tell every morning when I look at the mirror. I said, I am many
Or you
things.
do the morning routine thing?
Whenever I remember, sometimes when I'm facing some tough moments, I'm like, I am many things. I can do many things, and I will do many things. Yeah.
That's beautiful. So share one boundary you set this year. Or have you set any this year?
Honestly, I have to be honest.
Or this yearly New Year resolution.
Boundaries, yeah.
It can be your New Year resolution / boundary.
Day for who, day for you? Yeah, day for who, day for you. Honestly, yeah. But of course, I would extend my hand first. But if you are not giving me the energy I want, I will just...
There must be that reciprocity.
I'll just zoom.
Yeah, for me, it's my time management. I can't waste my time on something that doesn't make sense. That wouldn't add to me, or that would drain me.
Yeah,
I can't waste my time with that.
On that. Wow. This has been interesting so far, the whole experience. So if you've stayed with us up to this point of the podcast, thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for finding this conversation helpful and interesting. I'm just going to leave this out there to everyone. Choosing oneself is not a one-time event. It's embedded in our daily practices, our little choices, the pauses we take, the celebrations of our little win. Because at the end of the day, when we begin to practice this, we find out that we're actually choosing survival. Yes. We're choosing life itself. Yeah.
And I think we have this thing for them, the assignment for them. So this week, we should do something that speaks self-prioritization.
Yeah.
It can be that business. Start it. It can be that course. Go and register. It can be anything you want to do. Take out time and prioritize you, because choosing you is an act of self-service, and choosing you does not mean neglecting others. Just know that.
So this episode is sponsored by Camelot Spa and the Dome Abuja. Thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Share this video to your family, your friends, and let them listen. Ejo, Iko, I beg, please. And don't forget to follow us across our social media platform on Instagram, TikTok, and Thread at Enigma Woman Podcast. Until we come your way again.
Bye.
Enigma Woman.